Brand new, straight off the Best Buy showroom floor. Sony CX220, HDR CX220 to be exact, camcorder. I was not gonna buy a camcorder because I'm not a camcorder person, but you can't get night shot unless you have a camcorder. The high-end DSLRs don't have it. None of the smaller point and shoots have it. So just for the night shots, I got the camcorder. Not even my AS15 action cam does night shot. Okay, in the box we get limited warranty card, 15% off eligible accessories, blah blah blah. Anybody interested in any of this for real? 15% off your next purchase of selected accessories. Again, video camera, HD video camera, yeah. And another one. I think sometimes these things are a little bit too redundant, so anyway. Do not return to the store. Product is broken. Well, where the heck else am I going to send it? Okay, comes with USB charging cable. That's interesting. And a HDMI cable. Oh, nice. The battery. You can read along with me. 7.2 volt, 3.6 watt hour, 500 milliamp hour. What's really bad is my electronic cigarette battery is more of a battery than that is. It's a 2000 milliamp hour battery. So when I know for a fact these usually come in a battery pack twice this size, so I'll be looking up the extended life battery for it. And now for the star of the show. Wrapped in soft plastic. There you go. 8.9 megapixel stills, 32 power zoom. That's another thing you don't get on most of your other cameras, is a really good zoom. 2.9 wide angle lens, steady shot, so it does have image stabilization. Wide LCD panel. Okay. And there's your joystick controller for that, your playback. Really simple, not much to it. There's where your HDMI plugs in. There's where your battery plugs in. This is where your SD card goes. Very simple, compact. Got a separate photo button on the top there to just take pictures with it with. Your zoom. It does have stereo microphones. Carl Zeiss lens. Very nice. $200. That's their everyday price. That's not even on sale, just $200 right there. And I might have pretty big paws, but that pretty much fits completely in my hand. Just a little hanging over the end. So, be able to carry it around pretty snugly. But there's that. That's the review for that one. Thanks for watching. There is one downside to this camcorder for 200 bucks. It's actually got the older style Sony charger, or the multi-charge I don't even know what that is exactly. Yeah, no adapter to charge it with. Now, I happen to have that adapter at home, but I'm going to go back in and ask them why there's no charger with it. Actually, I'm going to go home and read the book, see what that says. Because all I got was this USB, which is just like a USB extender. The battery. The battery. And the HDMI cable. Well, does Sony not think that, or maybe I haven't checked it well enough yet. Nope, that's all that's in the box. After further immediate review, I learned that this isn't just something handy on the camera strap to let you know that the strap's attached. That's actually your USB charging port that plugs into the strap there. This is new to me. I've never had a camcorder. I actually had to get the book and look it up. I know, I lost man points, big deal. But I do have a way of charging this, even in here. Here we go. Got a little fuse on it. It's my USB charging deal that I usually use my phone on in my cigarette lighters. No need to have a cigarette lighter since I don't smoke cigarettes. Might as well use it for something to charge. There's that. Plug it in like so. And well, now main reason I got this, like I said before, is because the only way to get night vision is to get a camcorder. So I'm sure you have to turn that on in the features, but it is actually charging, but it still won't actually come on probably until it's fully charged. But it's got a battery in it now and being charged, so I'm gonna go ahead and head home, and I'll do a little review with the camera a little later on. This is with the new camcorder. I have got it set to what they call low lux, which I believe just finds brightness in the scene. Because this is about twice as bright as what it actually is outside from what I can see on the screen. So I'm assuming this is what they consider the night shot, or the night scene as it's called. I haven't set any of the other settings on it yet other than the date and time and the time zone. but I did turn that low lux recording on. Something kind of interesting, this does not have a red record light either. So if you're trying to film yourself, unless you flip the screen around, you're not going to be able to tell if it's recording or not. But then again, therein lies the beauty, another beauty with the camcorders. You can flip the screen around and see what you're shooting. Wow. This might actually work. Because I can turn my one dome light on and it'll pick it up. Not bad. Might not have to do all that work putting the LEDs in here tomorrow after all. Flashing. Oh, that's the sound letting me know that sound was going into red levels. Anyway, well, that's pretty cool. I like it. Now, I haven't set any of the other settings, like I said, so this is all a fresh new test, and I've still got to learn a few things with this. Clouds in the sky, but I'm not under any clouds. Of course, now it's not raining, but about a mile back there it was pouring down, and I still wasn't up under any clouds. This is the new little $200 special Sony. Tell me what you think. Let's see, still shaky when you zoom out, but should reach right out and touch someone now. Could still have a bit more on the zoom. Some of them have as much as 50x zoom on them. This isn't one of them, but for $200, can't really complain too much. Got stereo mics, 1080p. Records off of the flash cards. Of course, something I'm going to test out. Right now I'm using one of the slowest data transfer cards that I've got, and I'm going to see if the using the faster one improves the image quality any. Yep. Might might have to do a little bit of paranormal investigating here. I'll tell you why too. It's kind of weird. End of the night, about 2 in the morning. Of course it's 2:30 now. But I'm sitting there. I'd forgotten one of the computers, or one of the build sheets for the computers that we do, that basically say, okay, I've installed all these programs, I've checked these settings, I've installed the printers, I've re-imported their data, and blah blah blah. Well, I had 10 computers to do today, completely re-imaged start to finish. Went back in because I counted my build sheets when I got ready to go before I got ready to scan them, and there's only 9. So okay, I left one, no big deal. Went back over and told the other fella I work with, Robert, that I hadn't gotten it finished. So I said, just hold off on changing her password and everything, and I'll go ahead and get it finished up and come back over here. Got it finished up, just a matter of a couple minutes. It's all it takes to re-import their stuff. Got up and got ready to walk back to the other building. The only one in the building I was in besides me at that time was the security guard. I clearly heard a woman talking, and it almost sounded like she was addressing me directly, the tone of the voice, the way it came through. I don't usually freak out about stuff like this, because I thought somebody may have been trying to ask me something or trying to find out what I was doing in there this late at night. I walked all around that area, even around some of the offices in the center of that area, and there was nobody at all in that part of the building. Now, I wasn't freaked out, but it was kind of weird. Now, make of that what you will, but me and this camera here might have to do a little night investigating, because I got to talking to the lady that is always there all night long, every night. That's her gig. She's a web developer and she's there constantly. And I walked in and I asked her, I said, have you ever heard people talking in the offices, in the cubicle area, and gone in and looked and there's nobody there? She's like, no, I don't think I have. She said, I've heard voices before and not been able to put them with anybody, which is normal. But she said, I've never heard anybody just like you're talking about, talking above the cubes like it's directly to you. And then she went on to say, but I have had people walk past me and there not be anybody in the building. I said, how do you explain that one? She said, I can't. She said, I've had people walk. She said, you know, when you're walking through a building and you stop and somebody walks past you, or you're in a room and somebody walks past, you can tell they've gone through or past the doorway or something of that nature. Like, yeah. She says, well, I had the security guards up in arms one night because basically she called him and asked him, were you just over here? know. So, I don't know if anybody's died at this place or what occurred at this place before it was built. I know when I worked there across the street at Sprint, we had people that had actually died in Sprint, and the people on third shift in that building all the time used to say they'd hear weird stuff, voices, things moving, stuff like that.